One of the good news stories in these challenging times, Inderjit, is the fact that the Church of Sanctuary work is growing, the network is growing. You have more churches applying to join every year. Can you share with us some of the good news stories that you've encountered as you're traveling around meeting people in local church settings and share something of why you feel this movement is growing and why it's responding to the needs of local communities?
Church of Sanctuary is part of what's called City of Sanctuary, which began 20 years ago here in Sheffield, where I live. And it's a simple vision of building cultures of welcome, hospitality, and safety for everyone. And so it's a vision that's been taken up by cities and towns and boroughs throughout Britain and Ireland. But also, it's been taken up now by universities, schools, hospitals, theatres, libraries. And what's heartening for me is that churches are also there. After all, it all began with a biblical vision of cities of refuge. And so it's appropriate that churches should be at the forefront. Um, Building hospitality and safety and sanctuary is in our DNA. So there's a growing number of churches that are now engaging with what's called Church of Sanctuary. And Church of Sanctuary is a constructive way for local congregations to engage with people who are seeking sanctuary and refugees and connecting churches to um, the churches together in Britain and Ireland refugee network, which is an amazing resource, and to promote Sanctuary Sunday, which is on the 21st of June. So last Sunday, to give you an example, I was in Union Chapel in London, a remarkable congregation and space who are the latest to be given the certificate of Church of Sanctuary. It's not about being given an award or a certificate, but when you get a certificate of Church of Sanctuary, it's a way of declaring to everybody who engages with you, saying to them, this is our set of values. This is what we're working for. And here is how we're engaging. We're embracing all people who are in need of sanctuary and safety. And we do this by ensuring that we listen to their stories. No, that's important because there's so much mythology and misinformation. So the way to deal with that is to sit down with people and to say, just tell me your story. What brings you here? And that's a good way to squash some of the mythologies. And it's about then making sure we embed welcome, include people, because there are some incredibly resourceful people who are isolated. How do we bring them in and make sure they are enabled to make their contribution? And then it's important then for churches like Union Chapel and others who are Church of Sanctuary to share their learning with others, to give a lead, model what it is to be church, and with encouragement from churches together in Britain and Ireland, this is really now a growing movement and network of churches. And I'd like to see every church being a church of sanctuary. After all, that's what it is to be church.